Good afternoon, boys and girls. Welcome once again to the eastern wing of the Stink Bug Works. Today, I've decided what I'm going to do for a motor and a power system on this little guy and this little guy. And then we're going to talk about Fred. So this guy I thought long and hard, and I sort of planned on running, it's not in there anymore, that Hacker B20, but it had a really high kV. It was up around 4,600, and the B20 is kind of a small motor. So with a small rotor like that and a real high kV, that means you got to turn little propellers really fast. And while I can deal with the little propellers on this, I don't want to go too little. You know, I'd like to do a 30 millimeter prop on this. That would be about right. Might go a little smaller than that. You never know. Anyway, I have decided to put a TP motor in here. The TP 2040, and it's got a kV of up around there. Again, it's near 4,000 or 4,500, something like that. So, again, it's going to be a small prop, but a little tiny boat like this doesn't really need a great big prop. You'll get a lot of chine walk and all that. So a small prop turning fast will be good. So that's what I'm going to do on this. But wait, there's more. The TP motor has a 3 millimeter shaft. Do you want to know what else has a 3 millimeter shaft? And I believe the same bolt pattern, mounting bolt pattern? Why, that would be the new 707 series motors. Now, I haven't run one of those yet, so when I'm done with this video, I'm going to call up Lisa over there and get one on order. It'll take a while to get here, and the TP motor will take a while to get here. So this boat is going to go sit in the on-deck circle for a while. Yeah, that's going to be the on-deck circle. Have you ever noticed when you're building a boat, you always wind up with a whole bunch of extra parts? You know, every time I build a boat, I got a thing of extra parts that I got to go back and put all away in the various bins and such. But I always seem to, like, this was the spare parts for Fred. See, you know, the extra jet nozzle. We'll talk about Fred in a moment. Anyway, this is the wet paddle, and these things are kind of on the table simultaneously. I've decided to put the Aviox motor in it. It's kind of a rarity haul, kind of a rarity motor. So we're going to run this motor, 4,900 kV. Yeah, again, real small prop. But here's a little interesting tidbit that I came across. This motor is roughly the same size and the same kV as the motor in the Mini Dom. This thing's not a whole lot bigger or smaller than the Mini Dom. The Mini Dom's what, 17 inches? This thing's 17 inches. It's the same size as the Mini Dom. So we have power systems similar to the Mini Dom, a hull similar to the Mini Dom, but this wasn't built as a full race model. The Mini Dom was, and as such, they made some sacrifices for speed, and I understand. But this will be just a good all-around, knock-around boat. Big D is doing his up as the police. I like the Ecto 1. The Ecto 1 was kind of cool. Now, I said I had this pile of parts from Fred. Well, get a load of this, boys and girls. Here is Fred. Fred has the cow catcher mounted to just the two wing nuts, and it comes off. I'll shoot this with some white paint, you know, just to make it kind of match this. It's not going to be a real stellar paint job. I'm just going to cover up some of the ugliness. So this thing's about ready to go. I had some water intrusion issues, and so I'm thinking it was coming through this tube for the reverse bucket. So I greased that sucker up real good, and I greased up my shaft real good to where grease is all coming out in the pump. And it's like, oh, okay, I got enough grease in there now. These batteries are really heavy. I might go to a lighter 3S pack, just going across the speed control here. We will have to see how this performs. With the additional weight of the cow catcher, I put some additional flotation. And remember when I was running this before, it would start the big B wheelie, suck air into the pump, and then die. So I got to keep the bow on the water. This is a pretty shallow hull, a shallow V and shallow in depth. And for a jet, you can't get that thing riding up really wheelie high. Go watch Big B's jet jam run around, and you notice the bow doesn't come out of the water. It maintains the same attitude. So I need to work on maintaining the same attitude with this. And so I think moving the CG up forward when this is off, just as a runaround boat, will be fine. I can probably get away with these batteries when doing the pusher business. I'm going to need all the amperage I can get because rescue missions may be long and they may take a long time. So I need to be able to get a fairly decent runtime. So there you have it. That's where Jet's at now. Back burner, middle burner, front burner. Until next time, boys and girls, Jet out.